The following is a production of the Averett Sports Network.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Owen Fulton Field for Game 2 of today's doubleheader between Southern Virginia and Averett University. I'm Drew Wilson on the call for Game 2 as the Cougars lost the first game 4-0 to Southern Virginia just a little bit earlier, so they are ready to go for Game 2 here and try to split this doubleheader. A little bit different lineup for the Cougars here in Game 2. A.J. Hart gets a start in center field, leads off. Calvadano batting second at second base. Tanner Bradshaw gets a start at first base, batting third. Then Neil Hutchins behind the plate, batting cleanup. Dallas Smithers in right field. Cody Jones in left field. BK Stansel at third. Tucker Majetic gets the start at DH. Nick Taylor at shortstop for Ryan Traylor, who starts Game 2 on the mound. Lineup for Southern Virginia. In center field, Ryan Saunders. In left field, Caleb Layden. Cole Critchfield gets a start at first base. Batting cleanup is number 28, Mitch Tice. At third base, number 9, Tate Briggs. Then you have Stetson Kay at second base. Nate McCallum at shortstop. Jordan Kiefer behind the plate. Cannon Anderson in right field. And pitching in Game 2 today for the Knights will be Taylor Peterson. Traylor getting a start for the Cougars here in Game 2. This is his second appearance, first career start. The freshman went 2 2/3 innings in relief. Only gave up one run. It was unearned. I had a walk and 4 strikeouts. Gave up 1 hit. And he was named the USA South Conference Rookie of the Week for his efforts last week. Went 1 for 4 at the plate, and also obviously some solid pitching there in relief and a loss at Washington and Lee. His first pitch misses low on the check swing. They will check down to first, and they will say that he went for strike 1. So 0-1 the count to Saunders. Saunders had a heck of a first game in this doubleheader. Went 3 for 4 with a run scored as Traylor's pitches in the dirt. For ball 1. This one hit out on a line out to center field. That'll drop in for a single, and Saunders does it again. Reaches base here to lead off Game 2. So that'll bring up Caleb Layden. Layden went 1 for 4 with a run scored in Game 1. Fastball hits the outside corner. Good pickoff move by Traylor and almost froze Saunders at first, but he was able to get back. Traylor looks in. Runner on the move. Ball hit out to center field. It's going to drop in shallow center field, and that'll move Saunders over to third base. Nick Taylor with the cutoff, and runners on the corners. Get things going here for the Knights.
Now batting and playing first base, Cole Critchfield.
So with 2 on, nobody out, that'll bring up Cole Critchfield. Critchfield 1 for 3. Had 2 RBIs and a run scored in Game 1. Kind of broke the scoreless game in the 3rd inning back in Game 1. So another opportunity here for the first baseman. Critchfield, a sophomore out of Star Valley, Wyoming, takes strike one. Throw over to first, and they got him. They picked off Layden. So that'll be one out. That's a huge play. Breaking ball low and inside right at the shoelaces. One pitch misses outside. Now misses outside. This is 3-1 the count. As I said, Critchfield from Star Valley, Wyoming. That's pretty much right on the Idaho-Wyoming border. Not too far from Jackson. Beautiful spot of the country if you haven't checked it out. That one fouled back to the net. So full count now to Critchfield. Trailer looks in. Payoff pitch. Rolls right back to him. He's got Saunders caught between. And the ball gets away, and Critchfield will get all the way down. So, fielder's choice allows Critchfield to reach, and he advanced.
Now batting number 28, Mitch Tice.
So that'll bring up Mitch Tice, freshman, stepping in. So runners on first and second, one out. And Tice fouls out and back. They don't have a height or weight listed for Tice, but I can tell you this, he's tall. Probably about 6'4", 6'5", if I had to guess from our position in the press box. 0-1 pitch, drops in, but just misses the inside corner. Ball hit out to second base. Vidana ranges over. He'll get it, but it will score a run. So they'll trade a run for an out. And Southern Virginia on the board first with a 1-0 lead. That'll bring up Tate Briggs. Didn't play in the first game, but the freshman from Pleasant Grove, Utah, gets the start here in game 2. And he'll take strike one, fastball on the inside corner. Trailer, a freshman out of Chesterfield, Virginia, gets a strike to fall in there for strike 2. So 0-2 the count here with 2 outs. Runner on third base for the Knights. Wind picking up just a little bit today. Sun kind of ducked behind some clouds at the moment, and he swings and misses. They'll have to throw down and get him. Bad throw. So he'll reach on the error by the catcher. So, runner scored, so they are up 2-0 in Southern Virginia as the inning stays alive for Stetson K. Fastball misses high, so makes it ball 2. Trailer finds the strike zone. Works the count back to 2-1. Okay, fouls that one away. So evens the count at 2-2. Ball hit over to third base. BK Stansel ranges over, throw high, but Bradshaw able to get the tag down for the third out, but not before the Cougars give up 2 runs. They trail 2-0 here in the top of the first inning. When we come back, the Cougars will get their first at bat of Game 2 here on the Averett Sports Network. And welcome back. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Cougars trail Southern Virginia 2-0. And leading things off will be A.J. Hart. Hart went 1 for 3 in Game 1. Took strike 1. Now he looks at ball 1. It was low and outside. And that pitch misses outside as well. I'm joined now on the broadcast by Lindsay Fulcher. Lindsay, how are you doing today?
I am wonderful, Drew. So glad to be back here at the field. It has been a long time coming for me.
And ball grounded out to second base for out number 1, so that'll erase Hart. That'll bring up Kyle Vidano. The second baseman went 2 for 3 in Game 1 with a steal.
Now batting and playing second base, Kyle Vidano.
So Vidano will face off here against Taylor Peterson.
First one is called a strike.
And fastball misses high, so that'll even the count. Vadano puts that one out of play. So he's in the hole 1 and 2. And that one looks like it clipped him. So he will be awarded first base on the hit by pitch. This is Peterson's second start of the season. He took a loss, went 4 innings in his first appearance of the year. Gave up 5 runs on 7 hits, 2 walks, and struck out 2. So enters today with a 4.5 ERA.
Now batting, playing first base, Tanner Bradshaw.
So Tanner Bradshaw will step in for the Cougars with a runner aboard and 1 out. See if Vadano maybe is on the move here. He's taken off both times he's gotten on. Got caught last time. And Bradshaw looks at strike 1. Peterson, a right-hander, looks in. Vadano dancing over at first base, and Peterson will step off. Peterson, a senior from Salem Hills, Utah. Vadano stays put. Ball hit over through the right side, but second baseman Kay ranges over to make the play at first, but Vadano will move down to second here with 2 outs. Ball was really close to clipping Vadano as he headed over towards second. The ball was hit too slowly to be turned into a double play.
Now batting the catcher, Neil Hutchins.
Especially with a speedy guy like Vadano. So Vadano at second base with 2 outs for Neil Hutchins. Hutchins starting game 2 as catcher. Went 0 for 3 in game 1. And he takes ball 1. Coming into the day, Hutchins was batting .364. After a solid couple games to start the season. And they're going to throw back. Vadano dives back. They almost got him. And Vadano looks like he's shaking up on the play. Couldn't tell if the ball hit him on the throwback or if it's just kind of a weird slide back into the bag. Maybe a little bit of contact. But definitely a little shaken up. Assistant coach Robbie Swab's going to go out and take a look. Trainer Brian Benitez also jogging out there. Make sure Vadano's okay. He's up and walking around, going to try to run back. Looks like he's maybe stretching out his leg. Could have, on the dive back, scraped or jammed the leg, trying to slide back into that bag. But knowing Vadano, he's going to tough it out, and he will.
Two outs. Hutchins in the box, 1-0.
Pitch on the way. Little flare over to first base for out number 3. So the Cougars get a runner aboard, but can't do anything with it. They'll trail 2-0 as we go to the top of the second inning when we come back here on the Averett Sports Network. Welcome back to the Averett Sports Network as we go to the top of the second inning. Drew Wilson, Lindsey Fulcher on the call for Game 2. Southern Virginia has a 2-0 lead after scoring a pair of runs in the top of the first inning.
Shortstop Nate McCollum.
Shortstop Nate McCollum will lead things off for the Knights. McCollum looks at ball one. And Traylor misses outside in the opposite batter's box for ball two. That pitch outside as well, so 3-0 is the count. Traylor able to find the strike zone there and trying to work it back. He still behind 3-1. Callum getting his first at bat of the day. Did not play in game one. And thought he had drawn a walk, but it's actually called a strike. So full count. And ball just missed the outside corner. And McCallum will draw the walk to lead things off here in the top of the second inning.
Now batting the catcher, Jordan Kiefer.
I'm going to bring up Jordan Kiefer.
Kiefer 0 for 3 in the last game.
And the hit and run is on, and it gets through the right side. Kiefer gets a single. McCallum will stay put at second base as Dallas Smithers was on that ball pretty quickly. So 2 on now. Cannon Anderson steps in. Anderson did not play in game one, so this is his first plate appearance of the day. Anderson batting .250 on the year. And then for strike one. Has 3 hits and 12 plate appearances. But has been strikeout prone, has 6 strikeouts. Ball misses inside. Cougars. First baseman Tanner Bradshaw playing in, toes on the grass. Maybe just guarding against a potential bunt, but so far the Knights have not shown bunt, just trying to sacrifice the runners. And they are, as soon as I say that, he pulls around and tries to lay one down. Traylor will throw over to Vidano covering first base for out number 1. So that will move the runners over in scoring position for the hottest bat on the field, Ryan Saunders. Saunders 3 for 4 in the first game and had a hit in his first at bat in game 2. Also scored the first run of the game.
Swing and a miss there for the first strike.
That one in the dirt. Tough position. You got a base open, but you certainly don't want to put him on and risk maybe the heart of that lineup getting through, especially when you're already trailing 2-0. So I imagine the Cougars are going to work carefully around the strike zone. That pitch misses outside, so 2-1 the count. Saunders batting well over 400. 2-1 pitch on the way and in the dirt. Hutchins able to track it down. Got by him. Trickled around his feet. Three and one the count. Hutchins set up outside. Pitch inside. Goes out to second base, and Badano will make the play at first, but not without a run coming across, and now it's 3-0 Southern Virginia.
Now batting number 33, Caleb Layden.
That will bring up Caleb Layden for Southern Virginia.
And ball hit out to left center field. Cougars giving chase, and A.J. Hart makes the catch on the run in the gap for out number 3, but not before the Knights add another run. They lead the Cougars 3-0 as we go to the bottom of the second inning when we come back here on the Averett Sports Network.
Dallas Smithers.
And we are back here at Owen Fulton Field where senior Dallas Smithers will step into the box. First one will be a ball. Score 3-0 Southern Virginia, as it looks like Smithers came around for the bunt and pulled back. 2 balls on the count. Little outside. He does swing at it. Goes to pop up to center field. That out made by Ryan Sanders.
41, Cody Jones.
As transfer student Cody Jones will step up to the plate.
Jones got the start at DH in the first game. Now playing left field in game 2 and takes ball 1. Ball chopped up the middle and will be a 6-3 put out.
Now batting number 27, BK Stansel.
Number 27, BK Stansel, now in the box for the Cougars. First one was a strike. Stansel, a player to watch for today's doubleheader. Second one a ball. The sophomore infielder went 3 for 5 yesterday with 3 RBIs against Guilford. 2-1 the count. Fouls that one to the right. Two and two. 2 outs for the Cougars. Stancil fouls again, looking to straighten that up. Fouls to the left side this time. And it will be called a strike.
So that'll do it for the Cougars here in the bottom of the second inning. As they go down 1-2-3, they trail 3-0. We'll go to the third when we come back on the Averett Sports Network.
And we are back here where first baseman Cole Critchfield will step into the box for Southern Virginia.
First pitch misses outside. So 1-0 the count to Critchfield. That one just missed as well.
That one called a strike. Count 2-1. Another strike there for full count. Critchfield went 1 for 3 in the first game today with 2 RBIs and a run himself. Not the guy you want to walk as he heads down to first base.
Now batting number 28, Mitch Tice.
That'll bring up number 28, Mitch Tice, the designated hitter.
That ball popped up into the infield. BK Stancil calling off. And he unable to make the catch, but he will get the unassisted put out at second base. So we'll go down as a fielder's choice.
Now batting number 9, Tate Briggs.
So with 1 out, that'll bring up Tate Briggs. popped out of play behind Southern Virginia's dugout. Oh, and 1 the count to is the count to the batter. Trailer drops in the curveball for strike 2.
That's 3.
On correction, strike 3, the scoreboard. Still had 2 strikes. So that will be out. Number 2.
Number 3, second baseman Stetson K. Swing and a miss.
Quick throw over to first base, not in time, as Tice is able to get back under the tag.
And that's a strike for Trailer. Oh, and 2.
Pitch
That one will be
misses.
called a ball.
That one didn't miss by much, Lindsay. It looked like it was going to catch the inside corner and just faded away at the last second. So 1 and 2 the count. And swung on a miss. They'll throw down to first base and retire K for the 3rd out. So that'll do it for the Knights in the top of the 3rd inning. When we come back, the Cougars will be at the plate with Tucker Majetic leading things off for Averett.
And we are back as Tucker Majetic will lead off the bottom of the 3rd.
Majetic 0 for 1 in his Averett career. Freshman struck out in his only previous plate appearance this season. Fouls the first one away, but looks at ball 2 way outside. Majetic, freshman out of Prince George, Virginia. And curveball gets him looking. So 1 and 2 the count. 6'2" outfielder. playing DH today. Takes one in the dirt, and that'll even the count.
Fouls that one to the right. Count remains 2-2. Gets a piece of that one. Grounder to shortstop, and Majetic is thrown out at first.
Good play by McCallum over there. Kind of a slow roller in the hole, and he was able to backhand it and throw all the way across the diamond for the first out. That'll bring up Nick Taylor. Another one of the freshmen fouls the first pitch away.
Fouls that one as well.
Taylor out of Central South Carolina. A little slow chopper down to third base, and unable to make the play is Briggs. Tried to barehand it and couldn't get a grip, so he reaches. So with one aboard and one out, that'll bring up the top of the lineup for the Cougars with A.J. Hart.
Now batting center fielder, A.J. Hart.
Pitch in the dirt, the runner will take off. Kind of a late jump for Taylor, and he will be retired on the putout. Will be a caught stealing. So that will be 2 outs now for the Cougars.
Chopper to the shortstop. And Hart will be thrown out. That will be all for the bottom of the third, and we'll be right back here at the top of the fourth.
Welcome back. We go to the top of the fourth inning. Cougars trail Southern Virginia 3-0, and the Knights at the plate. McCallum leads things off for Southern Virginia. He sends one out to shortstop. Taylor deep in the hole, and he wasn't going to get him. That was a tough play. McCallum beats it out. Kind of hit it off it looked like the end of the bat. And just kind of laced it right in the perfect spot.
Now
So he'll reach with Kiefer coming to the plate.
First one a strike.
One pitch to Kiefer, fouled out of play. Quick throw, and they get him sleeping at first base. So McCallum picked off for the first out. Second pickoff of the day for the Cougars.
Kiefer's count 0-2. Little inside from trailer. Count 1-2.
Trailer tried to work the curveball in on the inside corner, but didn't break enough, so that'll even the count of 2-2.
Full count here. That one will miss on the outside. A walk for Kiefer.
Now coming to the plate, number 44, Cannon Anderson.
As right fielder Cannon Anderson steps up. The sun peeking its way in and out of today's ball game. That'll be fouled to the left side.
It's definitely helped dry up some of this water that was kind of, you can see it just seeping through the warning track. So good to see it starting to dry up a little bit now that the day has gone along. Ball hit out to shortstop. Taylor there, throws to second for one, and that'll be all the Cougars will get, but they will get the lead runner for out number 2.
Now batting number 27, Brian Sanders.
Kiefer able to break up the play at second base, took out Vidano. Save what might have been a double play. So Saunders comes up to the plate. Had an RBI ground out back in the second. Runner on the move. Throw down to second. And they get him on the 2-6 putout, caught stealing. So good job for the Cougars to get out of that jam. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth when we come back here on the Averett Sports Network.
And we are back here on the Averett Sports Network. My name is Lindsay Fulcher. I am joined by Sports Information Director Drew Wilson.
Kyle Vadano.
Redshirt junior steps up to the plate, number 4, Kyle Vadano. Vadano squares around for the bunt. And he is safe. Tanner Bradshaw right behind him.
Now batting first baseman Tanner Bradshaw.
Bradshaw 0-1 for this second game. He will hit that to first base, right between the legs of Cole Critchfield. Advancing Vadano. And
Yeah, Critchfield just couldn't get his glove down fast enough, went right through his legs, and will be an error on him. First error of the day for Southern Virginia. That puts runners on the corners with nobody out for Neil Hutchins, cleanup hitter for the Cougars. It's been held hitless today, and we will have a pinch runner for Bradshaw. It will be number 18, Tyler Bianco. Bianco came in, was a pinch runner
Number 18, Tyler Bianco.
back in the first game of the day. Hutchins drills one out to second base. They'll try to turn the double play, and they will turn the 4-6 double play, and will score a run, though, so the Cougars do get on the board. Now to bring up Dallas Smithers. Make sure the music. That's what they call time. So you're asking if he's on it?
Smithers pops up. Left side here is foul. And it was dropped.
We get out of this inning, we'll go back and delete that initial sub. Delete it? Yeah, because you put him as first base, then put him as pinch runner, so you need to get that out. So we can catch both.
Smithers back up here, 0-1. 2 outs. Smithers, a senior for the Cougars.
The one pitch misses high, so that'll even the count at 1-1. And he laces one just foul down the left field line. Didn't miss by much, maybe about a foot.
Fouls to the right side. Outside of the fence.
ball fouled off of Smithers' foot. Kind of limping around, shake that one off. Those do not feel good when they hit off the ankle. Ball hit out to deep center field, but Saunders ranging back and makes the catch just shy of the warning track for out number 3. Now before the Cougars pick up a run, they trail 3-1 as we are through 4 innings complete here at Owen Fulton Field.
Top of the 5th here. Southern Virginia leading by 2. Saunders up at the plate for the Knights. First pitch, a ball. That's from Ryan Traylor. And that will be hit to the first baseman as Traylor covers first and gets the out.
Corey Wall, the new first baseman for the Cougars, able to make that play and pitch it over to Traylor. Wall came in defensively after Tyler Bianco pinch ran for Tanner Bradshaw. So with one out, that brings up Layden. He puts one over to second base, but good play by Vedano for out number 2. As Traylor being efficient so far here in inning number 5. Cougars do have some guys stretching and throwing in the bullpen. So this might be his last inning as Critchfield steps up to the plate. Fastball hits the outside corner for strike 1. Check swing, but did not go around. They're going to check down to first anyway, and first base umpire agrees.
Count 1-1. And that will be a strike. 1-2, 2 outs. That one misses outside. Count even.
Another pitch in the dirt, so full count now. Three-two pitch, hit out to shortstop. Taylor underneath it, throws across the diamond for out number 3. So that'll do it for the Knights in the top of the fifth. We'll go to the bottom of the fifth when we come back. Cougars trail Southern Virginia 3-1.
And we are back here at the Averett Sports Network. Leading off for the Cougars this inning is Cody Jones. Averett put up their first run last inning. That one will be a ball. Ball 2.
Again, we're in the bottom of the fifth inning. Only 7-inning game because the doubleheaders are 2 7-inning games. This is non-conference action, so Cougars do need to make some stuff happen pretty soon as they trail by 2. The last pitch fouled away, so 2-1 the count to Jones.
That one hit out to the shortstop. He will make the throw and the out. BK Stancil up next in the lineup for Averett.
Now batting number 27, BK Stancil.
And Stancil will foul that to the left side. Third baseman is 0-1 for today's game. That one way outside there. Count even at 1s. And a swing and a miss. Outside again. You've got to think Stancil probably anxious to hit here. Nice pitch as he grounds to third baseman. And he'll be thrown out at first.
Good play by Briggs to range over to his left and scoop it up and throw.
Now batting number 34, Tucker Majetic.
Majetic now up at the plate. 0 for 1 in today's game. That pitch a strike. Ball 1. Excuse me, ball 2. And he will make contact on that. Fouls to the left side. Majetic fouls that one to the right side, behind the visitors' dugout. Full count here for the freshman. Another foul ball will go into the Knights' dugout. That one called a strike on Majetic. That will be it for the Cougars this inning. We'll be right back here at the Averett Sports Network.
We go to the top of the 6th inning. Averett trails Southern Virginia 3-1.
Leading off for Southern Virginia, number 28, Mitch Tice.
Mitch Tice will lead things off for the Knights. And he'll take a ball in the inside corner. Southern Virginia took a 2-0 lead in the top of the 1st inning, added a run on an RBI groundout in the 2nd. Averett able to get one run back on a run scored on a double play back in the 4th. That's where we stand right now. Trailer misses low and outside. 2-1 the count to Tice. And he tucks that one just inside the third base line. Tice will roll out to second base as that ball goes down in the corner. Good job by DiCarlo to get that in. Or excuse me, by Jones to get that one in. So will be a stand-up double. We got a pinch hitter coming in for the Knights. It'll be number 13, Ryan Morin. Morin got the start in game 1. Ball hit into shallow center field. Hart runs in, makes the catch. Not deep enough, certainly, for Tice to move.
Now batting number 3, Stetson K.
K now in the batter's box for the Knights. K 0-2 on the game, or 0 for 2 on the game.
Ball misses outside.
Strike from Trailer.
In the dirt. Just noticed this, Lindsay, but we actually had a defensive change, I think, at the beginning of this inning. Number 22, Adam George, is now out in left field. And chopper over to third. Good play by Stancil. Look, the runner back. Runner back on the move. They'll throw it back over to third. The runner wasn't on the bag. I think the ref missed that one, or the umpire missed that one.
Coach Drew Bailey.
Because they got the tag on him, but his foot wasn't on the bag. Drew Bailey not happy, and I agree with him. Drew just wants to get the umpire to ask for help, but he will not. Should have been a double play. Instead, 2 outs, runner on third for McCallum. And that one just missed dropping in down the line. So 0-2 counts McCallum. Swing and a miss for strike three, so it didn't end up hurting the Cougars as they head to the bottom of the 6th inning, trailing 3-1. You're watching baseball on the Averett Sports Network.
And we are back here on the Averett Sports Network. The Cougars trail by 2 as Nick Taylor will be in the box for the Cougars.
Taylor fouls the first pitch out of play to the right side. Second pitch out of play as well to the right side. Taylor has a hit this game. This one chops just inside the third baseline. Quick throw over and gets away. So we'll see what they're going to rule that. What are you thinking?
That will bring the start of The Cougar lineup, A.J. Hart,
So that last play will be ruled an error on the third baseman on the throw, which got away from the first baseman. So Hart at the plate. Shows bunt, but the ball thrown right at his head, so he had to duck out of the way for ball one. We'll see if the bunt is still on here with Taylor on first base. It is not. Hart swings and misses for strike one. Cougars trail by 2. This is their next to last at bat. Need to get something going. Is that ball in the dirt? So 2-1 the count to the Cougars center fielder.
outside pitch. Hart will hit it to third baseman, and he will be thrown out.
Good running play by Morin to get to that ball and throw off balance over to first base for the out. But it will move Nick Taylor up to second base. And Calvidano is at the plate. Do have 2 relievers warming up in the bullpen for the Knights. With Vidano coming up. Vidano, 1 for 1 today. Was hit by a pitch. And looks like they're signaling that the relievers are ready if needed for Southern Virginia. Fastball misses high. Two pitchers in the Southern Virginia bullpen, Matt Roll and Jonathan Hodges. Couple of righties, should they be needed. And Vidano fouls that one out of play, evens the count at 1-1. Cougars have Hunter Collins in their bullpen. Warming up as well. 1-1 pitch. Hit out into shallow right field toward the line. And it falls in. They're going to call it fair. And that'll be an error on the right fielder. And Vidano smartly running on the plate. Gets out to second base. Taylor had to hold up to see if the play was caught, so he only moves over to third.
As Corey Wall will step in for the Cougars.
Corey Wall.
So runners on second and third for Corey Wall, getting his first at bat after coming in as a defensive replacement. Wall 0 for 2 this season. Swing and miss there for strike one.
Opportunity to tie the game here for the Cougars. 2 runners in scoring position, Taylor and Vidano, as Wall fouls to the right side.
0-2 the count. If you're Wall, you're just looking to get something to the right side, at least scores 1 run. Or if you can get on one and put it out deep and let the runner tag up and come in on a sack. And almost gets it to the right side, but fouls it back to the net. If anything, you obviously don't want to strike out, you don't want to pop up, and you don't want to hit it to the left side. So we'll see The Cougars can execute this situational hitting here. 2 in scoring position and 1 out. 0-2 is the count to Wall. Pitch on the way and fouled that one back as well. Able to fight off the breaking ball. Hutchins due up next for the Cougars. And Wall staying alive.
Count 0-2, 2 runners on base.
Wall holds up on that one. He thought about swinging, but good eye to lay off that one, and it will be a ball. And Wall fouls it off again. Good at bat by number 9 here. Wind still whipping across from right to left field, as it has been all day. Peterson steps off. They'll go through the signs again. Nick Taylor at third, Calvadano at second. So speed on the base pass for Wall if he can put one in play. 1-2 pitch and fouled off again. Good battle. Time called by Wall. I would expect to see probably some sort of waste pitch here from Peterson. See if he can get Wall chasing. And that one misses just low. That was a close one. So that evens the count of 2-2. Peterson looks in from the stretch. And Wall fouls it off again. Two-two pitch. Hit out into left field. That's going to get through. That's going to score 1. That'll score 2, and the Cougars have tied the game 3-3 here in the bottom of the 6th inning on an RBI single by Corey Wall. Lindsay, that's just what the Cougars needed to kind of get a little bit of momentum. And now that's probably going to be the end of the day for Peterson.
Looking to change pitchers here.
We'll see who they bring in. Will be number 8. Jonathan Hodges. Hodges is a junior out of Cleveland, Tennessee. If I'm not mistaken, I believe Cleveland's sort of near Chattanooga. My geography is correct. And it looks like we will have a pinch runner as well for Wall. It'll be another Wall, Matt Wall.
Now on the mound for the Knights, number 8, Jonathan Hodges.
Hodges, right-hander, has a sidearm action.
Just one out as catcher Neil Hutchins will step up to the plate to hit for the Cougars.
Now pitch running for the Cougars, number 1, Matt Wall. Now batting number 3, Neil Hutchins.
So Hutchins batting .250 on the year. Still searching for his first hit today. He's been held hitless in both games so far. Throw over to first. Matt Wall back, diving in. Whole new ball game, folks, as the Cougars and Knights tied up 3-3.
And that will foul back behind us. Oh, and 1. Like you said, Drew, tie ball game here. Runner on first. And that will be caught by right fielder Anderson. That will bring up senior Dallas Smithers.
Dallas Smithers.
Good time for Smithers to make something happen here. Count 1-0 with 2 outs. Matt Wall remains on first.
Runner on the move. Ball hit out to shortstop. Kicked around by McCallum. So will be an E6 on the play. Southern Virginia almost got lucky. Wall got up and took a step off second base. Had to dive back. Luckily it was not picked off.
Now batting number 22, Adam George.
So that'll bring up Adam George. Came in as a defensive replacement in left field. Ball popped up by George in foul territory over by third by the Averett dugout. Lauren gives chase and makes the play, but not before the Cougars score 2 and tie it up. We'll go to the 7th, all tied 3-3 when we come back here on the Averett Sports Network.
And we are back here as Coach Bailey made a few substitutions. You've got Matthew Tuggle now playing first. Your pitcher is now Dallas Smithers.
Jordan Kiefer.
And Zach DiCarlo out in right field.
Yeah, those moves, since Smithers comes in and pitches, that will erase the DH for the Cougars. First pitch misses to the catcher, Kiefer.
Count 3-1 for Kiefer. Swing and a miss for a full count. Misses outside as Kiefer jogs down to first base.
So it will be a leadoff walk.
Now batting number 44.
That'll bring up Anderson for the Knights.
Wouldn't be surprised if we see a pinch runner, and I believe that's what we're going to see. Looks like number 31 is going to grab a helmet. That is Jackson Newbold. We'll see if I'm right here.
Pinch running for the Knights, number 31, Brady Lamb.
I'm sorry, I looked at that wrong. You're right. Brady Lamb is the pinch runner. I was looking at 34. 31. Brady Lamb get the pitch running duties at first base. Ball in the dirt. Good play by Hutchins to dig that one out. Smithers looks in. Anderson showing bunt. Pulls it back as the ball's outside. So 2-0 the count. As the Knights look to play a little small ball here. Try to move the runner over into scoring position. Especially at the end of the lineup with the top of the lineup, Saunders coming up. He's on deck. That one comes right down Main Street for strike one. Showing bunt. He gets it down. Smithers will field it, throw to first base for the out. But it will move the runner over with a sac bunt. Time called as Hutchins will go out and talk things over with Smithers. Maybe change up their signs with a runner at second. But Saunders at the plate. He has caused havoc all day for the Cougars.
27, Ryan Saunders.
It'll be Saunders, then Layden, scheduled up. Smithers with the pitch. Misses outside. Ball hit out toward the left side. Stansel giving chase, but unable to get there as it hits off the fence. Wasn't enough under it for BK to make his way all the way over to the fence in time. But it does even the count at 1-1 for the Cougars.
And there will be 7 innings in this second game due to the doubleheader. Assuming that either team gets on the board.
That was a good 1-1 pitch by Smithers. Hits the outside corner for strike 2. So if they can get Saunders, the Cougars would have to feel good about it. With a runner at second base. Smithers looks in. Pitch, chop foul down toward the right side. One-two pitch, waste pitch outside. Looked like Smithers reared back and overthrew that one. Had some good velocity, but missed the zone. 2-2 is the count. Off-speed pitch fouled out of play.
Got your leaders in the infield right now. Both captains at first and second, and Smithers a senior.
Once again, the ball fouled out of play. Two and two is still the count of Saunders. One out here in the top of the 7th inning. Runner at second base. Tie ball game, 3-3. Popped up. Hutchins given chase and unable to get there, although good effort by the catcher. That would have been a huge play had he been able to get over to it in time. Great effort. Just a little out of his range as the ball was fading toward the dugout. So they'll set up and do it again. 2-2. And swing and miss for strike 3. So Smithers comes up with a huge strikeout against possibly the toughest hitter on the night's lineup. And with 2 outs, that'll bring up Layden. Ball chopped just foul down the first base line. That'd have been about a foot to the left. That would have been a go-ahead double for sure. Instead, just one long strike. 0-1 the count. Ball line to Taylor at short. He jumps up and makes the snag for out number 3. So the Cougars give up a runner to start the inning, but able to get out of it unharmed. And they have a chance to win it as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning when we come back here on the Averett Sports Network.
We are back here.
Number 27.
Leading off in the bottom of the 7th is BK Stansel. Third baseman is 0-2 for today's game. That one will be fouled to the left.
Second baseman is catching, and then 2's out at second base.
So,
Tie ball game here, 3-3.
so 2, and then you said
And 2 went in to play second.
And that's hit to center field.
oh, okay.
It will be caught.
So 2 is now here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice catch from Saunders out in center field.
Everything should be
Zach DiCarlo stepping up to the plate.
Now batting number 10, Zach DiCarlo.
Sophomore for Averett.
call the center.
First pitch is a ball. He'll hit that one to third baseman, and he will be thrown out. It's a nice scoop from Briggs. Actually, it's Ryan Morin at third.
We had a couple of changes there, Lindsay. Trying to figure out who they were. It was hard to see, but Kay, who was playing second base, moved behind the plate to catch her. And Riley Daniels is now at second base, replacing him. So those are your defensive changes for the Knights here in the bottom of the 7th, as Nick Taylor fouls his first pitch away for strike 1. Another foul ball. So 0-2 the count to Taylor. Taylor scored from third on a 2-run single by Corey Wall last. And swing and a miss. And that'll be it for the Cougars.
And we're back here in extra innings for the Cougars versus Southern Virginia. Dallas Smithers starts this inning off with a strike. Top of the 8th here, 3s across the board. That one looked close. Will be called a ball.
Cougars looking to salvage a split in the doubleheader after losing the first one 4-0 here to Southern Virginia. That ball fouled back. Strike 2 to Critchfield. Neither team has any action in the bullpen, so these pitchers are here to stay for now. As we continue to go along, that one just missed the corner. Evens the count at 2-2. Nothing wrong with a little free baseball here. Turned into a beautiful day here at Owen Fulton Field. That ball poked out into left field, drops in just in front of Adam George, and will be a single for the Knights.
Now batting number 28, Mitch Tice.
That'll bring up Mitch Tice. Showing bunt. And he will get it down the third base line. Smithers fields. Makes the play. Good heads up play by the Cougars to get back over to third base, not leave it unoccupied.
Now batting number 13, Ryan Warren.
Critchfield might have peeked over there just to see. So one out, runner on second base for Warren. Check swing. They're going to check down. He did not go. I think that's the right call from our vantage point at least.
One and 0, 1 out with a runner on second.
And Tuggle makes the catch just inside foul territory.
Now batting number 3, Stetson K.
Stetson K now for the Knights. Last one was fouled, 0-1 on the count. 2 outs now as Smithers watches the runner on second. Hit to second baseman Vidano, and he will throw out. That will bring the Cougars up to bat in the bottom of the 8th, and we'll be right back here on the Averett Sports Network. And we are back here in extra inning number 8. Well, first extra inning. You've got A.J. Hart, a junior for the Cougars, coming up to bat.
Number 8, A.J. Hart.
Hart 0 for 3 in game 2. Swing and a miss for strike 1 there. Hodges still pitching in relief for the Knights. Sidearm action across the plate. Foul out of play. Misses low and inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hart leading off, top of the lineup, due up here for the Cougars. It'll be Hart, then Vidano, then we'll chop her over to first base for out number 1.
Looks like it'll be Matthew Tuggle behind Vidano. Vidano currently has an on-base percentage of .667. Redshirt junior. Nice pitch, and it will be a strike.
Ball popped up in foul territory behind home plate. And the catcher makes the play.
And that is definitely a disadvantage for the Cougars. Vidano is one of their fastest players. Tuggle currently in the box. 0-1 as he fouls that first one out. Vidano, one of those guys that if he's on base, he's stealing and scoring. And Tuggle hits to left field. And it will be caught. That will end the bottom of the 8th. We will go to another extra inning. Here at the top of the 9th, we will be right back. The Knights up to bat. And we are back at the top of the 9th.
First pitch in the dirt to McCallum. Again, this game only scheduled to go 7, but we are in extra innings here. Pitch misses high. That one across for strike one.
Top of the ninth. Threes still across the board. 2-1 is the count. Nice pitch from Smithers. And the count's even.
Ball sent out to right field, but catch made by DiCarlo on the run, and that's out number one. That'll bring up the new second baseman, Riley Daniels. Came in defensively.
Now batting number 2, Riley Daniels.
Daniels got the start at shortstop in game one, went 0 for 3. This is his first at bat of game two. And chopper up the middle. Smithers makes the catch, and he'll run it over to first base for the out. So 2 quick outs. That'll bring up Cannon Anderson. And it's right back to the top of the lineup for Southern Virginia. Pitch on the way, misses inside for ball one.
Swing and a miss. 1-1. 2 outs. Another swing and a miss. Good pitching from Smithers here. 2 outs, looking to get this batter. And then put up another run.
He thought about swinging to that, but Henderson able to hold off. So 2-2 the count. And rocketed past first base. That's a hard line shot single. Turning into a double down the line. He's thinking about 3, and he's going to take it. The throw not in time from Vedano on the cutoff, and it will be a 2-out triple for Cannon Anderson.
How quickly the game can change, as now Southern Virginia has a runner in scoring position.
And, of course, the last person you want to see at the plate in this position is Ryan Saunders. Again, he's had the hot bat all day. Kind of cooled off the last couple of bats, but pitch inside in the dirt. Don't think the Cougars can give him anything good to hit. Ball popped up. Behind the plate, Hutchins underneath it and makes the grab. And a huge out for the Cougars with a runner on third after the 2-out triple by Anderson. And we are still tied. We go to the bottom of the ninth. Will the Cougars win it? Stay tuned to find out here on the Averett Sports Network.
And back here, leading off for the bottom of the ninth, number 3, Neil Hutchins. Catcher for the Cougars. Swing and a miss. Score still remains 3-3. Averett looking to put just even 1 point on the board.
One the count as that one misses. Hodges with the pitch, misses high and inside. Right at the letters. So 2-1 to Hutchins. Hutchins trying to get on board. Get the inning going here for the Cougars. So far he's 0 for 3 today. In game 2, looks at strike 2. Two-two pitch. Hit out to left center field. Sanders giving chase in the gap and makes the catch. What a great play by the center fielder.
Now batting number 2, Dallas.
It's hard to tell at first. He had made it the way he dove. That wind kind of whipping out there, going further out, so the ball was carrying. And Saunders able to make the catch on the dive away from him for the first out. That brings up Smithers. First pitch hit over to third base. More and over for out number 2. And just like that, 2 outs for Adam George, who will step in. George 0 for 1 today.
Now batting number 2, Adam George.
He fouled out in his only other plate appearance. Looks at a strike on the outside corner. Good off-speed pitch. Cut right across the plate. And that's going to plunk him. So Adam George takes one for the team. And he'll go over to first for BK Stansel, who comes to the plate.
Now batting number 27, BK Stansel.
Stansel needing to channel the way he was playing yesterday.
And we're going to have a pinch runner coming in for the Cougars. It'll be
Brady Good.
number 19, Brady Good.
Into pitch run for the Cougars, number 19, Brady Good.
Fouled off at the plate by Stansel.
Carlo on deck behind him. And that's out to the right fielder.
So that'll be it for the Cougars. We'll keep going to the 10th until we get a winner here on the Averett Sports Network.
Caleb Layden leading off here. Score 3-3. Top of the 10th inning.
Layden pokes that one out of play to the left side for strike one. Layden 1 for 4 today with a ground out. Tuggle makes the play, tries to get it over to Smithers, and he's just able to touch the bag with his heel in time for out number one. That'll bring up Critchfield.
Now batting number 6, Cole Critchfield.
Critchfield goes to step into the box.
Fouled right back to the backstop for strike one. Hopefully somebody can get a run soon, as the sun's starting to set here pretty soon. No lights here, no one Fulton Field, so once it gets dark, we're out of luck. 0-1 the count to Critchfield. On misses low for ball one. Lindsay, I kind of feel like a baseball purist. I'm not a fan of ties, but we have had a couple over the years where we had to end in a tie due to darkness, so hopefully that will not be the case today.
I recall my first year broadcasting with you, Drew, and a 17-inning game that had to be, the remaining innings had to be played the next day.
Oh, don't remind me of that one, Lindsay. That was a long broadcast. I think that was NC against North Carolina Wesleyan.
If I remember correctly, I think it may have also been Easter weekend.
I remember that weekend was a long weekend because we had to turn right around, finish it up, and then turn around and play another game after that one was finished up. Little chopper over to Vidano at second for out number two. And I think the funny thing about that crazy 17-inning game, Lindsay, it was like when they had to resume it the next day, it only took maybe 5 minutes to finish. So that's how it goes. But with 2 outs here in the top of the 10th, Tice is up for the Knights. Pitch from Smithers. Good fastball in there for strike one. Nubbed off the end of the bat out to Smithers. Throws to first for the out, so Cougars able to go through the top of the 10th unhurt. Will they win it in the bottom of the 10th? We'll find out here on the Averett Sports Network. Averett due up next.
Leading off here in the bottom of the 10th, sophomore Zach DiCarlo.
DiCarlo came in as a defensive replacement a couple innings ago. Looks at ball one and check swing, and he did go around for strike one as Hodges evens the count. Nobody in the bullpen for the Knights. Dylan Roberts getting some action in for the Cougars as a little ground ball over to Morin at third base. Long throw over to first in time for out number 1.
And a nice controlled throw there. No room for errors in a game like this.
Now batting number 20.
Those can be the difference in a game. We saw that this past weekend with the Cougars. Some defensive woes probably cost them a win in Washington and Lee. Nick Taylor at the plate. Looks at a fastball high for ball 1. Ball hit deep into left field, going foul, and hooks out of play. One pitch, swung on a miss for strike 2. Ball popped out of play. Still 2-2. Cougars return to action on Sunday, weather permitting. They will host Lynchburg College for a 1 9-inning game here at Owen Fulton Field. We will have coverage of that, assuming Mother Nature doesn't have other plans, as Taylor fouls that one back. Two-two pitch popped up out of play again as Taylor stays alive. I'd like to remind you, coming up later tonight, we have wrestling on the Averett Sports Network. Be sure to check that out as the Cougars take on Washington and Lee. Taylor pops that one up into center field. Saunders camps under it, and can of corn is in his glove for out number 2.
That will bring it to the top of the Cougar lineup as junior A.J. Hart will step up to the plate.
Number 8, A.J. Hart.
The center fielder is 0 for 4 in this game.
The perfect time to come through and hits it out to short. Good play over there by McCallum. Scoop, unable to get it. And Hart will reach.
That brings up redshirt junior Kyle Vidano. Vidano's on-base percentage at .500.
So that will be an error on the throw as it was in the dirt.
Now batting number 4, Kyle Vidano.
Critchfield unable to scoop it. So the Cougars have something cooking here with 2 outs. Kyle Vidano at the plate. Across the corner for strike 1. Let's see if the Cougars maybe send Hart going, get him in motion, get him in scoring position, because Vidano can certainly hit a double. And they'll throw over and make sure Hart isn't going anywhere for the time being.
Second baseman fouled out at his last at bat. Almost a redemption here, Drew.
0-1 pitch. Runner not going. Ball hit the shortstop. And McCallum comes away with a clean throw that time. And that'll be out number 3. So keeps on going. We're going to the top of the 11th when we come back here on. And we're back as Ryan Morin will lead things off here in the top of the 11th inning. Tied 3-3. We've been tied since the bottom of the 6th inning. So lots of free baseball here on the Averett Sports Network for you. 0-1 is the count. Ball popped up, out of play, just behind the press box. So 0-2 count. And that plunks him right in the back.
No good for the Cougars.
So obviously the last thing you want to do when you had the count in your favor and put somebody on. Throw over to first, not in time. Runner on the move, throw down, and they got him. So 2-4 caught stealing. Erases the hit by pitch. And the count is 1-0 as that pitch was a ball. Ben Kimberlin down in the bullpen for the Cougars warming up. That ball just almost grazed the helmet of Kay. Kimberlin, a lefty, freshman. Two balls, no strikes to Kay. Pitch misses high. Gotta imagine Kay's gonna get the green light here with 3-0 count. Anything in his wheelhouse. And looks at strike one. Smithers trying to fight back. And just misses the corner. That'll be a walk.
Now batting number 7, Nate McCollum.
So that'll bring up McCallum. The shortstop. Looks at strike one. Averett coach Drew Bailey sticking with Smithers for now. Oh, and pitch, runner at first base, not going. Throw over quickly back. Is Kay. Another throw. Ball chopped over to first. Tuggle fields it, steps on first. No throw down to second. Didn't have a play, so 2 outs, runner at second base. And that'll bring up
Kobe Hill.
pinch hitter here.
Pinch hitting for the Knights, number 11, Colby Hill.
So Colby Hill,
A left-handed pitcher.
a freshman, getting a bat here. In there for strike one. Cannon Anderson would be due up next for the Knights. Hill batting for Riley Daniels, I believe.
Anderson was the runner left on base earlier on after the triple. Count 1-1, 2 outs.
Ball chopped over. Going to be a hard play for the Cougars. They'll scoop it up, and Badano makes the play.
We'll be right back here at the Averett Sports Network. And we are back here, bottom of inning 11.
In the bottom of the 11th, leading off for the Cougars, number
This game's supposed to have only had 7 innings, as Matt Tuggle is in the box.
Hold on. I thought you were going to read 21 Patrick Long.
0-1 pitch, swung on and missed. So 0-2 is the count to Tuggle. Tuggle normally wearing number 31, but today wearing number 21.
Started at pitcher.
Ball popped up into shallow left center field. Saunders on the run. It's going to drop in and will be a single for the Cougars as Tuggle will lead things off. Ball almost gets away. Tuggle wasn't going to move, though.
now batting number 3.
Great hustle play by Saunders out in center field. Just that swirling wind out there, just couldn't quite get under it in time, and it just out of his reach as he dove. So the Cougars have Tuggle at first base. Hutchins at the plate. We'll see if he drops down the sack bunt, and he will show it. Good sack bunt right back to the pitcher, and will move the runner over. So the Cougars' small ball pays off. And they get a runner in scoring position with Dallas Smithers at the plate. Smithers can help himself out here on the mound.
Dallas Smithers.
If he can drive him in, that'll give him the win on the hill. And we're all going to have a pinch runner. It will be number 7. That is Hunter Laprelle. So Hunter Laprelle pinch running for the Cougars.
In to pitch run for the Cougars, number 17, Hunter Laprelle.
Should I make a change?
So Laprelle pinch running for Tuggle. And they're going to intentionally walk Smithers to set up the force for double play.
I always somehow imagine the batter hitting one of these out of nowhere
Well,
and it being successful.
True, and the thing is they can always throw wide and overthrow the catcher. It's one of the rules that Major League Baseball just changed to try to speed up the game, and I'm not a huge fan of it because it takes a potential scenario where somebody could overthrow and take advantage of an error, and instead now you just automatically send somebody to first base. So I'm glad the college hasn't changed that rule. So we will have Smithers on first, Laprelle on second, and at the plate is Brady Good.
Now batting number 19, Brady Good.
Brady Good, a sophomore for the Cougars from Richmond, Virginia.
Transferred from Virginia Wesleyan. And here he has a chance to do something for the Cougars. Time is called by the catcher. Good will go down and have a talk as well. This is Good's first collegiate at bats. Not that there's any pressure.
You've got to think that Drew Bailey must think he can handle it.
Absolutely. See if he can come through and fouls that one down the right side. One out here, runners on first and second. BK Stansel up next. Cougars have what would be the winning run at second base as Good takes the ball inside. So the runner at first base really doesn't matter for anything. So Southern Virginia smartly playing their first baseman Critchfield back to keep the ball in the infield, cover more ground. Ball hit over the top of the mound, over to the pitcher. He'll throw to second. So it's be a fielder's choice for Good, but does put the winning run only 90 feet away.
Cougars really needing Stansel here.
Batting number 27, BK Stansel.
Looking for an end to this game. Runners on first and third for the Cougars.
Have to see if the Cougars maybe send the runner at first. BK fouls that one back to the backstop. So 0-1 count. Hodges looks in. Pitch on the way. Stansel fouls that one out of play too. And he's in an 0-2 hole here with 2 outs. See if the sophomore can come through with possibly the game-winning hit. Stansel takes that one ball high at the letters.
That one looked close, Drew.
Not in his wheelhouse, so he left it out there and paid off for him. 1-2 the count. Runner on the move, and they'll let him go.
Runners on second and third for the Cougars. Stansel's count even at 2-2. 2 outs. Zach DiCarlo on deck. He'll foul it off to the right side.
So Stansel fighting things off here. 2-2 count, 2 outs, 2 runners on. And pokes that one foul again, able to just stay on it. BK doing his best BG. Staying alive. And that off-speed pitch misses high, so full count. Tense moment here.
No pressure for Stancil.
First base open, so they do have room for him should he walk. Stancil pops this one out of play and stays alive. Pitch, ball fouled out once again. As Stancil doing a good job fighting things off until he gets one that he likes. Zach DiCarlo would be due up next.
All on the edge of our seat with this full count, 2 out, 3-3 situation.
Hodges with the pitch. Stancil pops that one up, and it will find the foul territory out of play. Stancil going through a whole box of balls here on this one at bat. We'll do it again. 3-2 the count. 2 outs. 2 runners on. Stancil puts this one out into shallow right center field. Will it drop? No. Caught by the right fielder. And Cougars can't capitalize. As Cannon Anderson able to run that one down in the gap and save what would have been the game-winning hit. So we're still tied. We go to the 12th when we come back here on the Averett Sports Network.
Back here at Owen Fulton Field, I'm Lindsay Fulcher, and we've got some substitutions, or rather changes, in the top of the 12th. Ben Kimberlin now pitching for your Cougars. Your second baseman, Vidano, moves over to first. Good moves from the outfield to second base, and Butler at left field, bringing in some younger players for the top of the 12th inning. Anderson currently hitting for Southern Virginia. We're still tied here. Swing and a miss. Two and one the count for Kimberlin.
That one actually went behind Anderson. Got away from Kimberlin. Kimberlin making his third appearance. Coming into today, 2 1/3 inning, no ERA. The lefty narrowly misses the corner. Kimberlin, a freshman out of Manassas.
Coming to the plate, number 27, Ryan Saunders.
Ryan Saunders at the plate with a runner on, lays down the drag bunt. Good bunt. Nothing they could do with it. It'll be a bunt single for the leadoff hitter. And 2 aboard now for the Knights. Nobody out. That'll bring up Layden. Wouldn't be surprised to see another bunt right here. Move both those runners into scoring position. Give yourself a chance to bring both of them in if you're Southern Virginia, with the middle of your lineup coming up. And they hit him. So bases loaded, nobody out. And Drew Bailey coming out to have a meeting at the mound. And it looks like we're going to see a change. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll let you know who it is.
And we've got a new pitcher for the Cougars. It will be Dylan Roberts.
Roberts, a junior out of Hampton, Virginia. Had a rough first outing of the season. Took the loss over the weekend. Gave up 4 runs in 2 2/3 innings. So looking to make up for it today. Comes in a pinch. Bases loaded, nobody out. And And that was ball one to Critchfield. That pitch just missed a little low. Nowhere to put Critchfield, so Roberts going to have to battle back here. 2-0 pitch. Ball fouled off of the mask of Hutchins.
Not a good situation here for the Cougars as they have 0 outs right now. Bases loaded. Count 2-1 for Dylan Roberts.
Ball low, so 3-1. At this point, you just got to put it across the plate and hope they put it in play and just deal with the consequences, or hopefully it goes in the right place. Can't afford to walk in a go-ahead run. And fouled off. So full count now.
Roberts going to have to count on his fielders here.
If you're the Cougars, you hope for maybe just a little roller back to the pitcher. You can start a double play at home or something, but instead we have ball 4, and that's going to walk in the go-ahead run here in the top of the 12th inning.
Now batting number 28, Mitch Tice.
So Critchfield gets the RBI, and that'll bring up Tice. And Southern Virginia takes a 4-3 lead here in the 12th. Cougars still get a chance to make up for it in the bottom half. Ball, soft little flare out to shortstop, dropped by Taylor. They will get the force at third, but it will bring in a run.
You say head coach Drew Bailey still very calm over here in the dugout. You've got to wonder what's going on in his head.
Ryan Ward.
New coach for the Cougars. First time playing at home.
Cougars throw, get the force at first.
Nick Winston getting in his running. Had to bring so many balls to the umpire today. Winston, a sophomore for the Cougars.
I don't know what the count was, but it was a 6-3 and everybody just advanced.
Swing and a miss.
Cougars down 2, trying to get out of this jam without any further harm. 1-1 the count on K. Good curveball in there for strike 2.
Hey, we didn't call that out, by the way. We did that. It's one.
K batting 200. And Roberts will get the out. We will be right back here at the bottom of the 12th at the Averett Sports Network.
Welcome back as we go to the bottom of the 12th inning. Couple of changes for Southern Virginia. We'll get those for you in just a second. And Zach DiCarlo leads things off. He pops one out into left field on the first pitch. And catch is made for out number 1.
Got Taylor batting now.
Cougars down to their final 2 outs. Down by 2. They need something to get going here. Taylor at the plate. Ball hit into right field. And the catch will be made there for out number 2. So the Cougars have the top of the lineup up, but with 2 outs. A.J. Hart making his way to the plate.
Now at the plate for the Cougars, number 8, A.J. Hart.
And Hart fouls on back to the backstop. Hart pops this one up into right. And that one's out. And that's it. Cougars will fall to Southern Virginia 5-3 here in 12 innings. And they pick up the doubleheader sweep over the Cougars. Southern Virginia picks up his 3rd win. They proved to 3-3. Cougars fall to 1-4 on the year. So that'll wrap things up here. Again, we'll see you in just a little while for wrestling here on the Averett Sports Network as the Cougars host Washington and Lee. So be sure to tune into that at 7 o'clock. Eddie Glenn will have the call for you. So for everybody here in the press box at Owen Fulton Field, have a good afternoon, and we'll catch you next time here on the Averett Sports Network.